Hello children, we will solve some MCQs in the chapter, some natural phenomena. First question, which of the following cannot be charged by friction? So the first option is a plastic scale. This can be charged. An inflated balloon can be charged. So woolen cloth, this can be charged. So what about the answer is the copper rod? This is the answer. So why copper rod cannot be charged? Because it's a conductor, it's a metal. So it conducts the electricity. So whenever it gets charged, it goes into the earth. So the answer option is B, which cannot be charged by friction. Then, when a glass rod is rubbed with a piece of silk cloth, what happens? Always remember, glass rod is always, it's going to be positive charged, and the piece of silk cloth will become negative charged. So the option is B. The glass rod becomes positively charged while the silk cloth becomes negatively charged. Glass rod is positively charged. It is by convention. We have taken glass rod is positively charged. Then next question, which of the following are transferred from one object to another when these two objects are charged by friction? We know the charges are going to be two type of charges. Electrons is the answer. So the charges, electrons, they will be charged two types, positive charge and the negative charge. But for this question, the electrons transfer from one object to the other object. Then the electric nature of lightning was established by a scientist called Benjamin Franklin. He was the one who said lightning is nothing but an electric current, or it has an electric nature. A plastic comb is rubbed with dry hair, whereas a glass rod is rubbed with piece of silk cloth. Which of this will get negatively charged? We know for sure that glass rod is always going to be positively charged by convention. So now they say A is plastic comb, B is glass rod, D is dry hair, C is dry hair, D is silk cloth. They say we want to get which is negatively charged. If glass rod is positively charged, we know silk cloth will be negatively charged. So one answer should be D. Then come to this plastic comb and dry hair. So this plastic comb, when it is rubbed with a dry hair, becomes negatively charged. This plastic comb becomes negatively charged. So that is the reason when you bring the plastic comb to the piece of paper, which will get attracted towards it. So the answer should be plastic comb is A. So the answer is A and D. Plastic comb and the silk cloth will be negatively charged. Next question. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured on Richter's scale, which is a direct question. Next question. An earthquake of magnitude 2 on Richter's scale is 2 times as strong as an earthquake of magnitude 1, 4 times as strong as earthquake of magnitude 1, 10 times as strong as earthquake of magnitude 1, 100 times earthquake of magnitude 1. We know 2 times means it should be 2 times stronger than magnitude 1. So whenever we say magnitude is greater than 7 only, it will be a destructive earthquake also. So the epicenter of an earth is deep under the crust of earth, the mantle of earth, on the surface of earth, in the core of the earth. So deep under the crust of the earth or deep inside the crust of the earth, this point is called as focus. So that is nothing but core also. So the epicenter is just above the focus. The point is called as the epicenter. So that is on the surface of the earth. C is the answer. On the surface of the earth, we have the epicenter. Just below it, in the deep inside the crust or the core of the earth, is the focus. Next, the waves generated by the earthquake tremors are called seismic waves. Next, when an object gets negatively charged by the process of friction, then the object loses some electrons, the object loses some protons, the object gains some electrons, the object gains some protons. So when an object generally gets negatively charged by the process of friction, it gains some electrons and becomes negatively charged. If it is getting positively charged, for positive charge, it loses electrons and becomes positively charged, and gains electrons and becomes negatively charged. Next question. The device used for detecting charge on an object is called as, we have it's called as the electroscope. Next, a charged object attracts an uncharged object by producing opposite charges on the nearer end of the uncharged object by the process of, it's called as attraction by producing opposite charges in the nearer end of the uncharged object by the process, it's called as induction. So a charged object attracts an uncharged object by producing opposite charges in the nearer end is called as induction. Then friction is on rubbing the object. Friction is rubbing two objects. Induction is without rubbing. How do you attract a charge? So by producing opposite charges. A lightning conductor is a device which transfers. A lightning conductor is a device is to protect the tall building from the lightning. So it's a device which transfers the electric energy into the earth. When a plastic clomb is rubbed with dry hair, the hair gets positively charged by friction. In the process, the hair gets positively charged. That means it loses some electrons and becomes positive charge. So the hair loses electrons and becomes positively charged. So what they say, the hair loses some positive protons, hair loses some positive protons, hair loses some electrons. It loses some electrons and gets positively charged. So that plastic comb becomes negative charged. Which of the following part of the earth is made up of molten iron? So the molten iron, the outer core is a layer surrounding the inner core. The inner core is a liquid layer. It's made up of iron and nickel. So always the answer is the inner core. It's made up of the molten iron. Next, which of the following area of India is not the most threatened by earthquakes? Most likely to occur, we know, is the Kashmir. It earthquake prone. This cannot be answered. It's not threatened by earthquake. Kashmir is threatened by earthquake. Rajasthan is also threatened by earthquake. Northeast is threatened by earthquake. So the only option will be the West Bengal is the answer. Next question. The place inside the earth crust where the earthquake is generated is always called as the focus of the earthquake. Inside the crust is always the focus. Above point is called as the epicenter, which is on the surface of the earth. Next question. An inflated rubber balloon is rubbed with woolen cloth, whereas a ballpoint pen refill is rubbed with a polythene bag. Which of these will get positively charged? Now we know inflated balloon is going to be negative charged. Woolen cloth becomes positive charge. So one of the options should be woolen cloth, that is B, whereas a ballpoint pen refill is rubbed with the polythene bag. So now if the ballpoint pen can be charged against the woolen cloth, again we know it will be charged negative. So now a inflated rubber balloon is rubbed with the woolen cloth, whereas a ballpoint pen refill is rubbed with the polythene bag. Which of these gets a positive charged? So positive charge, one answer is the woolen bag. So ballpoint pen refill, when rubbed, it gets a negative charge. So then in this case the positive charge, it becomes polythene bag. So the option should be B and D, which is the polythene bag and the woolen cloth becomes the positive charges. Lightning can even burn a tree. Lightning contains a tremendous amount of, it's going to be, lightning is always a concept of electrical energy. So these are the MCQ questions, and please follow one more video for natural phenomena, which will give a higher order thinking question.